Caitlin, there's a lot of K's. It's a Wednesday. Go ahead, Caitlin.
All right. Kristen and I also have been dressing a lot lately, so it's fine. Not today.
Kristen has a very good mask on today. This Kristen, both of your masks. Go ahead. Okay.
My question is on these restaurant funds.
Yes.
When will they start being awarded, and does the president envision having to ask Congress for more money for this?
Well, on the second piece, the first awards as part of the pilot program will be funded Friday. So we're
For this program, not the pilot. The actual part of it, not the pilot.
those who applied this week can expect up to 14 days on average from submission to funding. So it'll be a very rapid turnaround.
Okay, and does he envision asking Congress for more money for this?
When Congress comes back, we are happy to discuss the best ways to further support small businesses, including restaurants hurt by the crisis. So he's certainly open to that. And as I noted, there has already been a large interest in this program, and there are great needs across the country from these small businesses, from these restaurants that are in communities across the country. So we're happy to have a conversation with Congress about that.
Okay, and my question on the patents, you were talking about how the president last summer expressed his favor for waiving these so countries would be able to mass produce these vaccines once they're ready. Of course, that was when they were not ready yet last summer.
Yeah.
So just to be clear, is that still his position?
That has been his position. He also believes that there needs to be an internal policy process. That's what's been ongoing. The recommendation, the appropriate process, the recommendation to come from the USTR, and then any announcement about a decision would come from USTR. And that's how government should function and should work. And and I noted in response to Andrew's question, there are of course considerations, but we're also in the midst of a global pandemic, and our objective is to getting as much supply out into the global community as quickly as possible in the most cost-effective manner as we can.
But what did he communicate to Cathie Ty, his trade representative, before these meetings with the WTO on this are underway?
Well, there have been discussions happening here through a policy process. I don't think his comments he made last summer are a secret. They're certainly not. But again, he's a believer that you need to have all parties at the table, everyone providing information, hearing details, pros and cons of every decision. And that's exactly what he asked for from his policy teams.
So given what he's heard from the policy teams, from the health experts, people like Dr. Fauci have weighed in publicly about whether this would be helpful in making vaccines right now, or if that would be further down the road. But is his position still what he said last summer, which is absolutely positively he will ensure there are no patents standing in the way of other countries and companies mass producing these life-saving vaccines?
That has been his position, but he is the president of the United States who believes in the advice, the counsel, the considerations of his policy teams, and that has been the process that's been ongoing over the last several weeks, and I expect we'll have more to say quite soon. It's also important to note, just in response to one of the things you said, that this is about the U.S. position. There would be an entire process at the WTO that would likely be months in the making. And that's just how the process works. So there's also a consideration leading up to that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Jen. Yesterday you said that the CDC engaged